Okay, Joey, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Very well. We are going to get into all things Kitec in this episode.
Yep.
This is the secret lurking problem behind the walls of many unsuspecting condo owners. And in this episode, you do a really good job describing all about Kitec, what you need to know, how to protect yourself, and most importantly, how to stay out of the danger zone. Episode 69. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Welcome to the Toronto Livings Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savel.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate working together as a Toronto Livings team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way.
Mr. Mark.
Mr. Joey.
Welcome to this very special episode.
Episode 1 less than 70.
Yes.
We're not going to go into high school humor on this episode, are we?
No, we're avoiding that.
We're going to try our best to skip the high school humor.
Yes.
But this is episode 69.
This is episode 69.
The Kitec episode.
Yes. We're talking about plumbing.
Plumbing. The pipes.
The pipes.
The pipes. Episode 69, all about the pipes.
The pipes.
I'm good with that. I think that's pretty PG.
That's perfect.
Yeah, Kitec, it's a big thing.
It is. Yeah.
And surprisingly, not as many people know about it as I think they should.
Yeah, it's a weird and it's a weird part of our history in building.
Toronto's landscape. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's but it exists and it is something we need to look out for. And you're right.
It's something we need to make extinct.
Yes, please, for the love of God. Yeah, it's a weird one, and I'm happy we're talking about it because it's been coming up a lot in the last little bit.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, you've had a lot of Kitec conversations.
There's been a lot of viewings in some buildings that were built in a certain time period.
Yeah.
And all alluding to me conversing with management about what the deal is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're definitely going to get into it. For those who don't know what it is, it's something we have to pay attention to.
Yes, Kitec, plumbing.
Yeah.
By the end of this episode, you will be a licensed plumber, essentially.
Pretty much.
That's our guarantee. Should we do this episode in our Mario and Luigi
I was
voices?
hoping you were going to bring Super Mario into this.
You have to. We're talking about plumbing. We are of Italian descent. It's a me, Mario. You got a good Luigi? You could be Mario too if you want.
I got I got Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Yeah.
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Wa or War? Waluigi.
Oh, War. I thought it was Wa. I don't know. He just says Wa.
Great characters. Luigi. What about Bowser? Bowser doesn't talk, does he?
No, he just kind of like, yeah.
Also yells a lot. It's a me, Mario. Let's start how we always do.
Yep.
How was your week, Joey? Where did you eat?
I have to. So last episode,
Yeah.
I was shouting out Himalayan Coffee House and their grilled cheese sandwiches and all that good stuff. This week, I tried out their new opening, which was the Himalayan Momo House that just opened up down the street.
Okay.
And oh my God, it's so worth it. So I went there and I didn't know what a Momo house was. Okay. So it was very much, I was just like, tell me what I'm doing here. Like, what should I get? What do you recommend? Anyways, I ended up with the pan-fried, they're like dumplings. So pan-fried dumplings, they give you a couple sauces to go with it. I got the beef dumplings.
Excellent choice.
And I highly, highly recommend. They were really filling. For the amount that they give you, I was looking at it being like, okay, it's a decent amount, but like, I can do some damage. But no, they actually did. They filled up pretty good, and the sauce that they used was so. I need to shout out their sauce. It's like a tomato, onion, sesame sauce that they grind up and make. They have them in these little containers.
Okay.
So do yourself a favor. Go. It's on top of Captain's Boil on Yonge Street. So if you see that on the ground, you can look up, and that's where they are.
That recommendation last week got a lot of traction.
You did?
I've been answering a lot of questions about this place.
Okay.
Renee Elliott from RE Creative loves grilled cheese, apparently.
Love it.
And she wants to treat us to grilled cheese, which I thought was relatively nice.
I will absolutely take that.
Alex Wong of, actually 40-year-old Alex Wong. Shout out Alex Wong. It was his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Alex. We celebrated him at Hongqing this week. He said, what? You don't know what Momo is? I need to fix that. So apparently we might be going on a Momo tour.
Oh, I'm very game for this.
Yeah, big deal. But this place is 2655 Yonge Street.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and it's the second floor of the building.
Yeah.
So walk in, walk up the stairs, and be greeted by, again, some of the sweetest people on the planet. They're so nice in there, and they do a damn good job.
Okay, we got to try this place out, man. I love anything you recommend.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I love Himalayan food, but truthfully, I don't think I know what that entails. So,
How about yourself? Where did you end up this week?
okay, so Jimmy the Rock God,
Yes.
my pops, secretly is also a blog TO reader.
Yep.
On the reg. He doesn't really. I don't think he knows that he's
Secretly.
reading it. Yeah.
Okay.
Papa Meals was a blog TO recommendation.
Okay.
And he's been talking about zesty burgers.
Okay.
For the last like 2-3 weeks. So every time Fridays we try to do our lunches together, either my sister or my dad, whatever. So we finally made it to Zesty Burgers. It is this really cool spot on in Bloordale, 1051 Bloor Street West to be exact. And we went in there and I met the Chef Loki.
Okay.
I gotta shout out Chef Loki.
Also, awesome name.
Yeah, I'm like Loki, Marvel superheroes world.
yeah.
He's like, yes. Incredible fried chicken sandwiches.
Oh, I'm so in.
So it was a little bit misled because Zesty Burgers doesn't really scream fried chicken sandwiches.
Yep.
But that's what they do, and that's what they do really well.
So I'm already so into this.
Fried chicken sandwiches, the right proportion to bun, creamy. I know you're a big fan of this. Creamy coleslaw.
I love it.
Layered on, just like dripping,
drizzling. Yeah.
ooey goodness.
Yep.
And are you a pickle fan?
On a fried chicken sandwich, yes, I'm in.
That's right. I've heard you speak of this before. Have you tried a bread and butter pickle?
No.
It's like candy.
No.
So they lace the bottom with these bread and butter pickles and just, fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, zesty burger.
Bread and butter pickle?
Yeah, it's just a style of pickle.
Okay,
There's
okay.
no bread on it. They're not breaded
How they
pickles.
prepare it.
Yeah. It's just like this very sweet pickle.
Okay.
That's the simplest way to put it. But Chef Loki whipped up an incredible group of sandwiches, brought some home for my mom.
Love it.
What's really cool about this place is you can choose your level of heat. I went with the 2nd out of 5 and it was perfect. Just enough to like
get a little kick.
Just a kick.
Yeah.
My dad went level 3 and he had some beads of sweat coming down. And he can handle the heat, so that's a good sign. And their fries came with the spicy mayo, very similar to sandwich.
Oh, no way.
Very similar. Not as hot as sandwich, a little bit more flavor, not so much heat.
Yeah.
But that is my recommendation. Get the chicken sandwich.
I'm very into that.
Simple classic. Just get the classic. You're going to be very well taken care of.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm
Zesty burger.
absolutely trying that out.
Yeah. I also have this. I got a lot of announcements, special shout outs and announcements. Would you recall what our favorite pizza shop in the city is? We've talked about this in previous episodes.
Our favorite pizza shop in the city.
You went there first.
You're talking about the Topico.
I am.
Yeah, Revolver.
Damn straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guess what, bud?
What's up?
They're coming to the West End. Mic drop.
Tell
Mic
me
drop.
Tell me where. I will be the first customer.
St. Clair Avenue West, baby.
I'm so there.
Yep. We were driving actually from Zesty Burger on our way back home, and we saw 968 St. Clair. They have the signage up, Revolver Pizza.
I'm
soon.
Yes, I'm so there. Actually, the Fatas reached out to me about Revolver Pizza, about how they've been eating it nonstop.
Because they're now live in
close to that area. Yeah.
Well, look at that. If you have tummy issues, if you have sensitive stomach issues, as most people in the real estate business do, Revolver Pizza is for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, the truffle aioli. Please try the truffle aioli.
Gluten-free. Me and Lorena M smashed an entire pizza and we felt great after.
Yep.
Our tummies didn't hurt. So big fan of Revolver Pizza, even bigger fan. St. Clair and Oakwood is the closest intersection. They are coming very soon.
Love it.
We'll have to venture out.
I am 100%. I will be there. Oh man.
Well, that was good.
Lots of good food stuff happening.
Yeah,
this
good
week.
food stuff.
Yeah.
Shall we get into news you can use?
I think so. News you can use. We're talking doomsday. It feels that's appropriate. I would say that's appropriate for what's going on.
That
Not
wasn't planned.
doomsday.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Thermo Spa.
Oh, Thermo Spa.
Oh, Thermo Spa. So this, if you haven't seen it, this is the new Ontario place that's opening up.
Yeah.
They're taking an old public area and they already started knocking down trees. This is the big news headline that hit. They started knocking down trees and they released the information to the lease that was signed with Thermo Spa. Oh, oof. This is rough. This is one of the most. This is a ridiculous lease. Let's be very clear. So the province released it. It's 75-year lease with an option to renew for another 20 years.
Sure.
Okay. And what this lease is, it's basically for Thermo Spa, they're going to have to pay $1.95 million a year in rent, and that is 3% of the assessed land value. To me, already that's
something sus.
Yeah.
Something.
But the kicker in this whole thing, so this is the weird sticking point that I don't know. It's very odd. So the province originally said they would commit to building 1,200 parking spaces for this newly built spa.
Because that's a priority.
Yes.
Parking spaces at a spa.
Here's the beautiful kicker. So the now are promising not 1,200 but 2,500 spaces.
Okay.
And here's the dumbest part of it. So if they don't build those 2,500 spaces, then the city will get fined $5, a penalty of $5 a parking space a day.
Oh my God.
A day, which, so doing the math, if they build 1,200 as opposed to 2,500, 500 per day works out to, and if they miss that, basically 1,300 in between is $2.2 million a year. That the city pays Thermo Spa to be in there.
Sorry, can we just run something back here?
Yeah.
So 2.2 million is the fine that we have to pay should these spots not be built. And their rent is 1.95.
Absolutely.
So we're paying their rent plus they're profiting for a spa.
Yep.
Like, really? Is that maybe a new hospital would be
anything better than us funding this mega spa?
This is insane.
This is the most ridiculous deal I've
Dougie.
Yeah, this is a good one.
All right. I think I need to lighten the mood a little.
Do it.
Janelle S. This is not really news you can use. This is more family news that's really funny to us.
Okay.
She knows I'm a big Dave Ramsey fan. So she sent me a tweet from Dave Ramsey of 7 things that every child needs to hear.
Okay.
Number 1.
Wait, this is actual Dave Ramsey post?
This is the real Dave Ramsey. Okay. This is the verified Dave Ramsey account. Tweeted this out. 7 things every child needs to hear. Number 1, I love ya. Number 2,
your Dave Ramsey impression.
I support ya. Number 3, I'm listening. Number 4, I believe in you, Joey. Number 5, this is my favorite one. That is dumb. Cash is king, and the paid off home mortgage is taking the place of BMWs as a status symbol of choice. God damn it. Number 6, I am here for you. And number 7, you matter. So anyone making kids, please remember these 7 rules from Dave Ramsey.
Brilliant.
Pay off your house. Screw the BMW as a status symbol. A paid off house is the symbol of choice.
Yeah. And he's there for you.
He's there for you. You matter.
You matter.
Dave Ramsey loves ya.
Oh, that's brilliant.
God bless you, Dave Ramsey.
God bless Dave Ramsey.
Yeah. Pay off that snowball and then pay off your house. Yeah. You know, when you walk by houses, especially in like Italian, Portuguese areas, you see lions in the front of those houses.
Yep.
Do you know what they stand for?
No.
Paid off mortgage.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, a lot of those Italians and Portuguese have probably passed and sold the house, and these new gens who will be paying mortgages for life aren't aware of what that means. But yeah, back in the day, you would put a line in front to signify you've paid off your house.
I've definitely seen those plenty of times.
All over. Drive down Caledonia. It's Lion Central. It's a zoo.
Yeah.
That's what it signified. The line was there to protect your house to protect your like nest egg. Like you've paid that off and that's your fortune.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what should we do for the new homeowners who now have the new mortgage on it?
You don't have to worry about it.
Put a leash.
You're never going to pay off your house. Don't worry about that. Just, no, I hope you do pay off your house and we will come up with something really sweet for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a hat or something.
Yeah, put a hat.
Yeah.
Why a hat?
I said leash first.
Why a leash?
Well, you're back on the mortgage. You're leashed in.
So to say you have a mortgage, what should we come up with?
Yeah. So you bought the house
from
somebody who was mortgage free, but you got to re-signify.
Put the leash on the lion?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dave Ramsey, what? Joey Virgilio's got the knowledge this week. I love you, I support you, and I'm listening. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put some leashes on lions because this mortgage climate is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Coldplay's coming to Toronto.
Oh, you did tell me this.
Coldplay's coming to Toronto.
Yeah.
I think I sent you a DM.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Joey, get tickets. So they announced 2 concerts at the new stadium, Rogers Stadium.
Ah.
Which is yet to be built. which kind of is concerning because the concert is in 7 months. A little bit worried about that. They announced 2 shows. Guess who got tickets?
You're in?
I'm friggin' in.
Yeah, you got sold in Rome.
Roped and in. So I am the lion with the leash, and I am
Yeah, you're right back in there.
back in debt and going to more. They weren't cheap tickets, let me tell you. But we got them.
Love it.
There was 35,000 people ahead of us. For me, Adriana S. was like 50,000. She actually snagged the tickets. I had no luck.
Oh, get out of here.
She got into the room, and midway through it, they announced 2 more shows. So there was 4 Coldplay shows in July.
Coldplay is doing what Taylor Swift did to me the first time that it was like, when did Taylor Swift get this big?
Yeah, buddy.
Coldplay is doing it even more because they're an ancient band. Like they're not brand new.
They are brand new. I keep telling you this. Moon Music is out now. Listen to it on Spotify. It is so good. There's so many melodic harmonies. You're a music man. I think you're gonna love it.
I have nothing against them. I like.
It's just surprising to you.
Yeah, I just cannot believe that they were from Yellow to selling out 4 shows in Toronto.
From yellow to green. The Coldplay story. Netflix
Documentary's coming up.
Hello, my name's Chris Martin and I'm filthy rich. I made it with love. And it was all yellow. Yeah, everyone's going crazy about Oasis coming. They're coming in August.
Yeah, that's another big one. Yeah.
That's, to me, I don't care.
Interesting.
That's my I don't care band. I'm
okay.
like, I don't get it. I don't get them. So I understand, I empathize when you're like, what's the allure with Coldplay?
Yeah, no, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah. It's a weird one, but like, all the power to them, man.
Yeah.
They're killing it. And
They're killing it.
Good for them.
Yeah, because they literally are killing it because the money, it's very expensive is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But apparently in November, they're launching like a small batch of $20 tickets to help people out.
Oh, no way.
They're such a feel-good band. They have people at the concert. I mean, I don't know how effective they are, but they're riding bicycles to power part of the concert.
Cool.
Yeah. And for people that are visually impaired, they have a whole program where you can come in advance and get a very sensory direct experience.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of like feel-good things and initiatives they do.
Oh, I love that.
Don't see Taylor Swift doing that. Just saying.
Taylor Swift did a huge bonus to her tour drivers.
What'd she give them?
I don't know, some crazy amount of money. Yeah, that was her thing.
Not impressed. Do it for the people. One last thing I want to say. The Leafs are back in season.
They are. Yeah,
Yes.
They just started.
Yeah. Got a new coach. Stone Cold Steve Austin Matthews is our new captain. Very happy about that. So yeah, I got to wear my Leafs jersey again.
Next podcast.
Well, I got a little something for you.
Okay.
It's not a Leaf jersey.
Okay.
But in the same vein of a new hockey season starting, we are one of the sponsors of the Duffield Devils.
Oh, all right.
Yep. So we are sponsoring the team, and they graciously gave us 2 jerseys, and mine didn't fit me, so I'm getting a new one made. But I do have one for you.
I love that.
Can I present you with this beautiful jersey?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And this is a complete surprise right now. Oh, here we go.
Joey,
Oh, here we go.
the Duffield Devils.
Oh, I love it. Amazing.
There you go, big guy.
Thank you very much.
That one's for you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Got the Toronto Livings logo on the back. We are the proud sponsors of the Duffield Devils. I have told them the only thing I'll accept is a cup, first place, nothing less. And they all have to buy houses for me when they make NHL contracts. So they agreed.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great
they
deal.
agreed. Yeah. Nothing like snagging a bunch of 8-year-olds into a lifetime contract with this organization. So thanks, guys. Yeah. So that's it. Got a beautiful jersey. Joey, number 1. Enjoy it. We'll definitely wear them next week together. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll put them on. We'll rock them. All right. Well, I think that's enough dilly-daddling. Let's get into the...
Oh, are we getting into it?
I think so. I
Yeah.
mean, is there anything else you want to delay on?
It's about time.
It's time to get to work.
It's time to do it.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting into Kitec.
Oh, I thought
We're doing
You want an intro? I can do an intro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lurking behind the walls of your condo, the unsuspecting threat of Kitec Plumbing could be lurking and leaking behind your condo's walls. In this episode, we're going to tell you all you need to know to identify, rectify, and justify living safe in your Toronto condo. Beautiful.
That was great.
Fantastic.
That was great.
What an ending. So you've been pretty busy with a lot of condo showings lately.
Yes.
And you've gotten so close to bringing offers until the big question of Kitec plumbing has come up.
Yes.
So you've dug quite deep in this episode of kind of explaining what it is. And I'll maybe just kind of lead by saying condos and houses, they were traditionally built, their plumbing systems were built with a copper system.
Right.
But because we live in a capitalistic country or continent, whatever you want to call it, they wanted to find a cheaper way, a more cost-effective way of creating a plumbing system in a house.
Yeah.
And this brought forth this system called Kitec plumbing, or this brand called Kitec plumbing, which is essentially plastic pipes instead of copper with zinc fittings that connected the two pipes.
Correct.
Sound like a great idea in 95.
Yes.
Fast forward 10 years later, and it failed.
Failed miserably.
Epic failed.
Yes.
2005, we were saying epic fail, right? That was the thing.
Yeah.
Remember that? Epic fail.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was a 2005 thing?
That was about a 2005 thing, yeah. You'd be like, oh, bro, epic fail. Except it's for an entire condo, so it's truly a massive epic fail.
Yeah, so the funny thing about these pipes is that typically they don't just start leaking.
Right.
They actually straight up burst.
Yeah.
So behind the walls, if you're away at work, all of a sudden you're getting hit with like a gigantic flood that's taking place. It was built in a lot of condos and townhouses, and especially stacked townhouses as well. But this is where the problem comes from, because you could be on the 10th floor, all of a sudden your unit damages like how many units below you?
Absolutely.
So big fail. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the first lawsuit took place in 2005, which is where the life expectancy kind of, it seems that Kitec plumbing has a life expectancy of 10 years. Yeah, give or take. They don't all fail. There is still some out there today, which is why we're still dealing with it. It's not a guaranteed 10-year, it drops. It's more, it could around that point.
Yeah.
The reason behind it, and the reason the failing actually took place, was there's three main things that are deficient with this piping system. One is it can't take heat. So
Okay.
This is like one of the most ridiculous. I don't know how this wasn't tested like properly and like looked at more deeply at the beginning, but 82 degrees Celsius is the hottest it can go before it starts melting itself.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot water tanks, as we know, can be much hotter than that.
Right.
And depending on how they're set, all can be different. But 82 is not, that's like right at the cusp of being a safe.
There should be a buffer of like 120, or like it should be test rated to a much higher temperature than that.
Than 82 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So that's the first issue. The second is what's called dezincify.
Yes.
So the brass copper fittings that basically connect the two pipes together is made heavily of zinc. And when water temperature changes often and oxidization happens, what happens is it starts to rust and corrode, and it starts to clog the pipes. So the second issue is the fact that, yes, you're having clogged pipes and those fittings are just not making it and therefore bursting.
Failing, yeah. Epic failing.
Epic failing.
Yeah. It's episode 69. We could say epic fail.
We can. Okay. Anything goes.
Anything goes, yeah.
And the third is, this one I didn't even realize was a thing, high water pressure. It can't take high water pressure. So
sounds like everything the system's meant to withhold, this product does not deliver
just fails miserably. So can't take heat, it corrodes, and can't take high water pressure.
Great.
Fantastic system to put in condos for 10 years.
Yeah. I'll tell you how I was first introduced to Kitec. The Minto condo at Yonge and Eglinton, above the keg, which we're very familiar with.
Yep.
They built that condo using a Kitec plumbing system, and exactly what you're describing was happening. Units were just
exploding. Yeah.
And that's why we have insurance. Until insurance says, no, we're not covering you because this problem can replicate itself literally in every unit. So think 400 plus units.
Yes.
They're not going to pay out. And that's where tough conversations have to be had. And so this was very popular around the 2010s, 2015s. There was like a spreadsheet going around of which condos had Kitec. And as a realtor, you'd kind of reference that to ensure. But let's say no one's seen that spreadsheet. What are some of the telltale signs you could look for to know if your condo does have Kitec, or where should you be looking even?
Yeah.
Not everyone's Mario and Luigi like us.
Yeah, you're not hopping in pipes, taking a look from the inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, the very first thing I think to raise the red flag, I think, is the year built. That's kind of the first indication to be like, before you even open a cupboard and like take a look at what's under plumbing. 1995 to 2000, I would say if it's before 2010, then it's worth looking into.
You're in the danger zone.
Yes.
Danger zone.
I actually was reading a Carson Dunlop report, and it seems that they've found some condos even built in 2012. So I would just say if you're kind of in that 20 to 2010s area, just look into it.
Let's beat Kitec. Let's say if you bought a condo, if the condo was built between 95 and 2015, your antenna should be up.
Yes.
You could be in the danger zone.
Yeah.
Epic fail, man.
That was an epic fail. Yeah, so that's the first thing to look into.
Yeah.
The easiest thing to do is, or the quickest thing to do is just reach out to management. They can potentially get you a quick answer.
Yeah.
But good, quick kind of way to check a box.
Yeah. So step one, condos built in that area, be a little bit alert. If that's the case, you might want to reach out to management and say, hey, are you aware of Kitec in the building? Mm-hmm. They say, maybe not sure. I'm kind of new on the job, but go check it out. If you have any questions, follow up. So now we go to the unit, and what do we do?
Okay. So the second thing I'm going to say is a red flag. Oh, you're going to open cupboards, obviously.
Yeah.
So underneath, luckily, these things were built they have a very distinct appearance. Mm-hmm. They're bright orange and bright blue tubing.
The pipes you're saying, yeah.
The pipes underneath.
Yeah. So you open, where do you usually go to first?
So we're going to go in the kitchen.
That's where I go to.
So we'll start in the kitchen and we'll crack those like under the sink and we'll take a look what's under there. If you're seeing bright blue piping and bright orange piping, then you're
in the danger zone. There you go.
Now we're in it. Yes. Then you got further questions.
Yes.
Because here's the thing is, unfortunately, they're not the only pipes that look bright orange and bright blue.
But it's enough to start asking really pertinent questions.
Yes. But that's your first step is, let's see what's happening down here. Yeah. Bright orange, bright blue. Yes.
Sorry, I just want to add a little detail to that. So
Yes.
under the sink where the drain is, you're looking against the kind of drain for the sink, and coming out of the wall is where you're going to see those colored pipes.
Right.
Specifically, that's where you want to be looking. You could also look in the bathroom, same area. Basically, just under sinks is your easiest access point to identify what colors
Just seeing
you got.
what's there. Yeah.
Now, if you have copper, you're golden.
Right.
This problem does not exist to you. But I think you're going to get into this. You might still see those colors, but it might not be Kitec.
Right.
So what are you looking for?
So PEX plumbing is another very popular. It's actually used to remediate Kitec.
Yes.
So and they're the same colors, but what you can look on top of. So if you can dive deeper, basically, and get your flashlight out. There's text on the actual piping itself.
On the fitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the fitting and sometimes the pipe. So you can actually read. It might say Kitec right on the pipe, and the fitting itself will also indicate
Signify.
Kitec or KTC.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
There's a good link that we're going to add to this because it'll give you all the things to kind of look out for. Not to say this is the only link. You definitely want to, get some professional advice whenever you're in that situation, but it's a good link to kind of reference if you just want a quick answer.
So if you see KTC, then you're in the danger zone. All right. Yeah.
Watch out, Coldplay. We're coming.
I think that's the Tom Cruise movie, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah.
The flying one. What's it called?
Yeah,
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Danger zone. Am I making this up?
Well, no.
No. Okay. Yeah. Well, watch out, Coldplay. Anyways, we're coming for you.
Yeah, we're still coming.
Yeah, we're still coming for you.
Yeah. So we got. Yeah. So those are your two main things to look out for.
So you have it now. It's in there. You love the unit, but you're like, damn it, Mark and Joy warned me about this.
Yes.
It's Kitec. What do I do now? Like, is this going to cost me like hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix?
Yeah.
Can I get insurance? Can I even close this deal out? This is where we have to get on the phone and start making some
calls,
some deep dives. Yeah.
I think the right questions to ask are really important here because is it a deal breaker? Is it something that you're gonna want to push through? I mean, what does it even take to begin with? What does it look like?
Do you just live with Kitec because some buildings have never had it pop and burst and blow?
Yeah.
Do you take that gamble? Is it something you want to get into? What's the resale values? This is where your head starts swirling with questions and concerns. And this is where working with a realtor who's experienced in this process can really help guide and walk you through it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the I think the very first thing that you want to again, speak to management first. I think that's the first move. Remediation happens in one of two ways, if it happens at all. So the first thing is, did it get replaced? Was there a notice that went out from management? And there's two things that they can kind of do. It's either one is they've asked every individual unit owner to kind of correct their own Kitec plumbing
on their one-off by themselves. Yep.
Yes, yeah. Basically, notice sent out. You have Kitec. We encourage you to replace it.
Right.
The main thing with Kitec, what plumbers will say is that it's not a matter of if they burst; it's a matter of when they fail. So it's going to get replaced at some point or another. I think it's just a matter of time. Yeah. So if you're somebody, if you're in a condo that the management had asked you to do every individual do it themselves, I would red flag that personally.
I would agree.
I would advise 99% of clients to just stay away from that situation. Yeah. You can potentially guarantee that the person that you're buying the unit from has replaced theirs, but there's no way to guarantee that 2 floors up or 1 floor up has not.
Or next to you or anywhere around you.
Anywhere around you, yeah. So you can end up in a really sticky situation and dealing with stuff you really don't want to be dealing with.
And what I don't like about that path when some property managers take that is you don't know who's doing the work. Mm-hmm. So if every individual person has to get their own plumber in, you could have 15 different companies coming through, fixing, patchworking each and every one.
Yeah.
This also is going to become a big problem for insuring your condo building, where you might still get, like, the whole building might still have its coverage, but it could be a really high premium because they've not taken the time to do it all with one company in a right systematic way. So the second approach to tackling this is...
Yeah, the second approach is the condo hires one plumbing company.
And forces everyone.
Yes, the entire building gets a full haul of a replacement.
Now, I know people's backs gets against the wall when they're like, why are you telling me what to do? This is my place, freedom of rights. Yeah, I get all that. But this is like saying, like, don't smoke. Smoking is bad for you. Don't live with Kitec plumbing. Yeah. It's going to cost you, I can say from previous dealings, anywhere from... On the low end, I've seen 5,000. On the high end, and this is not typical, 15,000.
Right.
I think 10K is kind of the sweet spot, and by all means, that's a big chunk of money to be paying to replace it. But heaven forbid, the Kitec system fails on you, you're going to be paying way more to fix your place up.
Yeah, 100%. And that doesn't even take into consideration the stigma that Kitec has.
Absolutely.
And what it does to resale value. Because we're not the only people, we're not the only agents who figured this out to ask these questions.
Yeah.
It's 100% something you need to look out for, and it deters people. Again, for people for management companies that haven't that ask for individual owners to fix their own systems. I'm telling people to walk away from it because you don't know, and I won't be the only agent to do that. So you're going to affect the resale value and shorten your pool of buyers quite a bit.
And I'll flip it around to you. If your building has mandated, like the Minto building that I'm referring to, they mandated everyone had to replace it. They came in, they did the work. That now then improves your resale amount so much because you've cleared the stigmatization with your building. You can show proof that it was done in the right way.
Yep.
You have that peace of mind that your insurance premiums are probably not going to skyrocket.
Yep.
And you get to live in a dry unit.
Yeah.
And isn't that the point of condo purchasing?
Yes.
Stay dry and stay out of the
danger zone.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah, and it's true. It's immediate. It's an immediate put fears to bed. And even when you're listing a property, having that secure thing that you can answer agents' questions whenever they ask you
can
about
show them the
Kitec.
Documentation.
Here it is. Yeah, absolutely. They replaced it 2 years ago, and then everything is much safer. And there's no negotiation room. Like it just does a lot better.
Yeah, and all of our contracts that we put together, whenever we're representing a buyer, we put a clause in there that states the seller represents and warrants that there is no Kitec in their unit. Mm-hmm. And I can't tell you how many times, and this is a little bit shocking to me, listing agents and their clients are like, oh, I don't know. That's like, when you're taking on a listing, that's question number one. You know, we do our background checks to make sure the building has never had it. What year was it built? We go through all the kind of checks and balances that you had mentioned. And if there is any questions or concerns, we get that addressed before we come to market, so we can very properly show that.
Yeah, and we know how to deliver it, right? So put as much ease into this as possible.
Yep. The townhomes on Sudbury Street between Queen and King, you know which ones I'm talking about there? That curve over there. I sold a couple units there, and they had Kitec in it. And the Condo Corp did the right thing. They said everyone had to replace it. So we sold it in the process of it being replaced.
Right.
And what we said was, we're going to cover the complete cost of that. We're going to show you all receipts. We're going to show you all the documentation. And in some cases, what we'll even do is we'll suggest hold back of funds of $10,000. So you have the peace of mind that knowing the work will be done correctly, and you'll get a brand new plumbing system in your unit.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And it's a shame when it has been done properly, because it's a series of condo buildings that are just going to be, that's how they are at that point moving forward. So I mean, if any condo managers are listening to this, do it correctly. It's going to help the resale value for board members. You're going to be doing a lot better for them in the long run.
I think so. I just want to take a step back. I don't think the property managers are typically the ones to blame.
It's the board members making the decision,
saying we don't. And I get it. The boards are made up of like a whole variety of people in different financial states, and they're trying to save money per se. But this is one of those shortcomings where you think you're saving money, but in the long run,
you're doing more of a disservice than not.
Yeah, and putting your building in the danger zone. We're gonna rank so high for danger zone.
Oh God. Yeah, absolutely. And okay, so if you're somebody who has Kitec plumbing in your home or you're in your unit,
I just want to jump in again here because we are talking very much condos, but I've seen
in homes.
Yeah. Homes with RADs tend to have the Kitec system in it.
Yeah.
So maybe a telltale sign with there. If you're walking to a house that has radiant heating, do check to see if it's copper plumbing or if they've replaced it with PEX, and specifically the Kitec brand of products.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Go to the furnace room, open up that door and see what that boiler is.
Yeah.
How is that running water out there?
Yeah. If the basement's not finished, you could look in the ceiling as well. That's also a really good telltale sign.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So if you do have it, it's not the end of the world.
It's not. It's fixable.
It's a fixable thing. Yes, 100%. I still would recommend at the end of the day, get it done, because it's going to cost you at some point. At least you can avoid the flood that comes with it.
Yeah.
So, but here's the couple things that you can look out for whenever this, to know that your Kitec is kind of on the last leg before it destroys your home.
Your well-being. Yeah.
Number one, if you're noticing that your house is dropping in water pressure, that means the corrosion is working, it's doing its thing, and it's clogging up the pipes.
Yep.
The second is just check for the corrosion in general. So you can actually go to those. If you have visual on any of it, you can see if there's discoloration on the fittings that connect the two plastic pipes. And if there is, you're getting ready. And
get ready coming for the end. Close to the
danger zone.
Oh, man. I'm loving this episode.
And then the last thing is, if you got a blazing hot water tank at a little bit over 82 degrees Celsius,
get ready,
because you could check for those pipes. If you can see those pipes and they're blistering, get ready. You're seeing it in action.
Go rent Noah's boat, because the floods are coming.
Yeah.
The floods are coming. I think that's a good place to kind of wrap it up with the whole Kitec thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just quickly summarize. So check the year your condo's built.
Yep.
If you're within that danger zone, you know the words, definitely start asking questions. And these are things that more your realtor should be kind of on about. But for all of our loyal listeners that aren't working with us, why the hell aren't you? Also, ask your realtor these questions. Okay, it's built within that time frame. Do we have to be concerned about Kitec? Look into the history of the building. You could also, as a realtor, check previous listings in the building and just do a quick search to see if Kitec comes up when that thing.
Sometimes that's right. Sometimes it is listed, and people promote Kitec free right in the listings.
Yep, it's been replaced or the building doesn't have it. So really good. And then a pro tip: when it comes time to do your offer up, ensure there is a clause in there where the seller gives a representation and warranty that there is no Kitec plumbing, or if there is, it's been rectified and they can show you receipts.
Yes. Yeah. So save yourself if any issues do come up in the future.
Yeah. And if you're a buyer open to buying into a building, try to make it a building that the whole building has rectified the Kitec and not just a one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you're working with us, we're going to tell you to walk away.
100%.
Yep. And we did it.
Yeah.
We told a very good client of ours, don't buy here. Yeah. This is really bad. And she was like, yeah, you're right. This doesn't make sense. Yeah. Because I think people forget, maybe yours is replaced, but if your neighbor's above isn't, then the whole thing's pointless.
Yeah. Again, it's and if you're comfortable with that risk is one thing, but it's the next buyer that's coming to, like, you're affecting that next sale as well.
Yeah. You're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I like that.
Love it.
All right. We're going to have not a lot. We're going to have a link that's going to kind of be the motherload of all Kitec information.
Yep.
It's from the Canadian Home Inspection website, so really good resource. And if you do happen to have a home inspection on a condo, it's not really typical, but sometimes people do. Definitely that's one thing you want to tell your home inspector. Can you please check if there's
Kitec.
any concern regarding the plumbing systems?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kitec got hit with. So Kitec's a brand. I don't know if we said this off the hop.
I don't think we mentioned
Yeah,
it.
Kitec is a brand. It's not like just plastic plumbing. There's a lot of misconception around that. But they got hit with a massive class action lawsuit.
That's right. It was 125 billion.
Yeah.
It was enormous. It's ended at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So there was a time frame where you could
Claim.
It was like you got like such a small piece of the pie.
Yeah.
I wonder if Celino and Barnes was part of that. You know Celino and Barnes? No, the U.S. attorneys, Celino and Barnes.
No.
Oh man, I'll say that for another episode.
All right.
Celino and Barnes. Oh no, hit by a car called William Qatar.
That one I know.
William Qatar. Yeah. Celino and Barnes, they were like the big '90s like TV lawyers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I think there was some association with Kitec, but also I could be making this up. So don't take this as legal or expert advice. And just do your best to try to stay out of the danger zone. All right. I like that. Any shout outs?
Shout out Himalayan Momo House.
Yeah.
And Himalayan Coffee House.
I like that.
And grilled cheese sandwiches.
Shout out grilled cheese sandwiches. Shout out Low Key from Zesty Burgers.
Yep.
Try the chicken sandwich. It's not a burger, but is zesty and delicious. Shout out the OG, Dave Ramsey. Shout out Revolver Pizza.
Shout out Revolver Pizza.
Revolver Pizza coming soon to St. Clair Avenue West.
Yeah.
We're ready for you. We will be there in line supporting you. Go Leafs go.
Go Leafs go.
Go Duffield Devils.
Go Duffield Devils.
Yeah. When this drops, Thanksgiving will be over, but I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving.
Love it.
Yeah. Are you doing
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to specifically get into your food choice for Thanksgiving.
Oh, thanks.
You do turkey?
Classic turkey.
Sorry, man. I thought you do palma pasta.
No, not for this one.
Not for this one?
For this
okay,
one.
okay. Mistaken. Yeah. I did have the palma pasta
eggplant parm.
Yeah.
A+.
Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, so I'm also not a huge fan regularly of eggplant parm.
Yes, we equally do not like eggplant.
Yeah, but
Palma pasta's eggplant parm, we love.
Killer.
Yeah,
It's
try
fantastic.
It. Yeah. Out of Mississauga, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only one location?
Yeah, I believe so.
We gotta expand them.
Yeah.
Bring them out to the West End.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Every celebration. I recommend every celebration. You should get it.
You should get it. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Anything we're missing?
I think we got it.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Toronto Living's Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at TorontoLivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.